Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Prem back with another show, and I have my man with me, Tony Man.
What's up, everyone? How's everybody doing this lovely Sunday?
Yeah, this Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this one gonna be a nice, easy one. Lay back, get into some stuff. As usual, we always start off with the weekly wrap up, things that I find interesting that I like to share with y'all guys, and y'all give me your opinion on it.
All right.
So let's dive right into it with the first bit of information. Why is it up here like that? Hmm, okay. I'm not sure why it's like that, but
can you grab it and like make it bigger or no?
no, which is fine because this basically was talking about the movie Dune. They had a review on it. I guess they watched it already and had a positive reviews by the critics. So I guess that's a good thing. Are you? Do you want to see this movie Dune? Are you
Well,
looking
I
forward
mean,
to
I was traumatized from the first one because I went to the first one with my uncle, and it was 3 hours long, and it was
it? Mm-hmm.
to me it was boring because I was
Going
young.
on Night Watch.
What's going on,
What's up?
guys?
What's up, Knight? But
Hey, what's
anyways,
going on?
so what I was saying was, the first Doom was really boring to me because I was a young child. But the second one, with the way the graphics, I mean, like the CGI, it
Mm-hmm.
might be a bit different, and I might actually go just to see this one to see if I like it better than the original.
Yeah, well, the director who made this one has a good track record, and again, like I was saying, it's getting positive feedback from the critics from an early screening. And anytime you do an early screening, that means you really believe in a product that you're putting out there. So
Hmm.
I'm kind of on the night watch and talk about Doom, the early reviews on this movie. What you think?
I've heard good things, so I'm excited. You know, the director, he's a great director. I love his some of his other work, like Arrival, and I liked Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I'm psyched to see it, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah, I am too. Uh, not sure what's going on here at Night Watch. I'm trying to make these things bigger, but they're not. So
Oh,
it's another live stream snafu, which
yeah,
is
it
fine
happens. Hmm.
because we can get right into the topic. And that is, what do you consider a romantic comedy? I'm gonna come to a Tony Man.
Well, you would have to like romantic comedy. To me personally, would be like something. You know, it's the same old trope. It's guy loves girl, guy has a crush on girl. There's somebody else involved. They break up. These two get together, and there's hilarity ensues in the middle.
Okay. And I like to come down to a night watch. What's your definition of
Yeah,
romantic?
I agree with that, and I think they've tried to play around with that trope a little bit, where you might have a love triangle type of thing.
Yeah.
Two people are friends, and then the third person is who you think that the guy's gonna get with the girl, but then you end up it's the friend at the end of the movie that's gonna actually be the one. So
Hmm.
there's a couple different ways they play around with it. It's a couple different ways.
Okay. I was thinking the same thing too. Usually it's a love interest or a triangle.
Hmm.
It's usually they don't get along, that
Mm.
formula, or it's the formula where she doesn't know that he has interest in her.
Hmm.
Um, Today it can go either way, but that's usually the two formulas that usually work for comedies and stuff like that.
Right.
And I enjoy them. I dig them. I ain't gonna say I say I don't because I do. So move on to the next one. And that is romantic comedy was a staple in the movie industry with a guaranteed return on money invested in romantic comedy movies. So basically, back in the day, it was a guaranteed hit for movie studios to put these quick, small budget movies out, get a quick profit, double their money, and just keep it going. Um, again, I'm gonna come down to Tony, man. What's your thoughts on this? Was this like a staple back in the '80s when it came to
Oh yeah,
comedies?
it was definitely a staple. It was rom-coms are usually sounds really sexist, but women films, ladies films. Like a woman would like a rom-com more than a dude would. Like, in my opinion, like I wouldn't go see When Harry Met Sally by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to take a date to go see it. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense. And let's go down to Night Watch. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that it's always been a fruitful, genre, as far as getting money and getting people to watch it. And like Tony Man said, a lot of times the demographic skews towards the females. And of course, they bring their boyfriends or their husbands or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, like when I was a kid, and if my mom watched that stuff, I was in the living room too. So sometimes I watched it just because my mom was watching it. So it's always been pretty lucrative. I think it's gone through phases, you know what I'm saying? Like where it's, peaked a little bit more. Cause, in the 80s, God, man, you had so many movies like that, and then in the 90s and, like when Sandra Bullock really was taken off and Hugh Grant and, Taye Diggs and, all these different actors and actresses, you saw a spike here and there of those things,
Okay. So, I grabbed some movies that I seen. I'm quite sure you guys seen. I'm just going to throw them up there and give me your opinion on them. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite romantic comedy. My absolute favorite.
Yeah. It's mine too, man. It's mine too.
The things in that movie you cannot do to this day because somebody would complain.
Right.
And they would the movie they would get so many complaints.
Yeah.
Like
especially the lotion. Oh, you got the lotion on your ear.
Oh my God. That movie was so funny, man.
My favorite scene still is to this day was when Ben Stiller came in and tried to give her brother the baseball. And he started fighting him, and he picked up Ben Stiller, and Ben Stiller was open palm hitting his forehead as he was in there. And I was like, God damn, he's beating up a mentally handicapped.
Also in the beginning, man, when he's in the bathroom and Keith David, man,
how'd you get
the peanut butter Frank?
Classic stuff, man.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I definitely thought it was romantic comedy. It was on a raunchier side, but
well, I have some quick trivia. Remember when the really really tan old woman Matt Dillon? I think it was Matt Dillon.
Yeah,
had the binoculars and he was looking out and she was like tanning, but her fake tits were out, like they were all wrinkly and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a Royal Rumble in Madison Square Garden when I worked for WWE. They told me this. One of the old women decided that she wanted to be in a bikini contest, and she disrobed. The same person that made the fake boobs for this old lady did the same fake boobs for this old woman for the WWE.
Oh,
wow. That's just trivia.
Okay. All right. Okay. But yeah, like I was saying, it was raunchy, but it was well received. I think, back then, even with raunchy movies, people were more inclined to be like, okay, I'm in the mood for raunchy or I'm not. It wasn't nobody getting offended. So definitely enjoy that movie. Again, it was some funny lines, funny moments in there. It worked on all four cylinders. The actors did good. The director did a nice balance. It was raunchy, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
And it was comedy there, and it was a love interest. So it's usually hard to get all those three components in there, and it's mixed in that box. So we'll move on to the next one. Hopefully, the guys did see this one. This is a classic.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of that too.
I actually didn't see Hitch. Did not see Hitch. I'm so I know it's shocking, but no, I didn't see Hitch.
Right, well, when you get a chance, get your little lady friend and you can snuggle up and watch that one.
How long does the movie run? Because I might have to pay by the hour.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna come down to Tony there.
Oh man. That was good.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this movie right here. I mean, Will Smith was already solidified as a lister, but him making this small budget movie really catapulted his career. I think him and the other comedian that's in there did an excellent job.
Hmm.
I would say I like how he dressed in this movie. I mean, he's a good dresser, Will Smith. I like what he wears, but in this movie, he really was not too flamboyant and wasn't,
Right.
but nice little balance in between. So I definitely enjoy what he wore. Night Moss, what's your thoughts on this movie?
Yeah, it was a good movie, and like you said, Will Smith and Kevin James, they had good chemistry. Will Smith, obviously, we know what he's gonna do. He always brings it to movies and just has natural charisma. And he's shown that he's got acting chops. But Kevin James, at that point was a little bit, newer on the scene. And
Did he finish Kings or Queens?
Yeah,
I'm not
he,
sure.
well,
yeah.
yeah, he had done Kings of Queens. I think this was, well, I can't remember his first movie, but this was early, in his transition to movies.
Mhm.
But I like Kevin James. He's funny. He's got natural talent too. So they teamed up pretty good. And of course, you got Eva Mendes. I mean,
Yeah, that doesn't
come
hurt.
on.
Well,
I mean,
think
right.
Come on, that's all you got to say. But she was good in the movie too. She was really good too. So it was a good movie.
Yeah, well, we need something from her too. Time to see
Mm.
her again. She's a good actress. I'm about to co-sign that. I'm agree with what you guys talking about. Well, me and you, Tony man, check it out.
I will.
Okay, we're gonna leave it like that.
Yeah.
So there's another one right here. I don't know if you guys seen this one. Just Friends with what's that? The guy to play Deadpool
Oh, Ryan
Ryan.
Reynolds.
and Amy Smart. Do you ever see that one?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh man, this is hilarious. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it at your leisure, check it out. You'll definitely enjoy it. This one you might have seen, Jack Black.
Oh, yeah.
Shyamalan.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yeah, great
And
movie.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah.
Wasn't that the same directors that did something about Mary?
You know
The
what?
Fairley Brothers?
I don't know. It maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'll look.
Mhm.
I
Besides being a romantic comedy, they had other little stories in there and meanings and stuff like that, being
Yeah.
shallow and all that stuff. So I definitely enjoy that little extra ingredient in that pot.
It was the Fairleys.
Okay, cool. That makes good. They make definitely good movies.
Hmm.
Jack Black again, another one we need another movie from. Haven't seen him in a while on the big screen. Like a major motion picture because he's been doing Goosebumps, like geared towards the kids. He's been doing that. I think he did two of those, but
Hmm.
ready to see him again in his full just Jack Black mode and just getting out there and doing something.
Yeah, he's crazy, man.
He's definitely crazy. That's
Yeah.
about the energy too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed with that School of Rock. Did you guys check that one out? yet?
Yes.
That was a pleasant surprise.
Yep. He's good, man.
He's very good.
I liked him in Tropic Thunder too, man.
Me too. Oh my god.
And it was everybody was in that movie, but
Yes.
Jack Black still had his
Yeah,
shine.
he had his own. You got Tom
Yeah.
Cruise and all them guys in there. Yeah,
Mhm.
he had his own. He did good.
Mhm.
So the next question I'm gonna give to you guys is this: do you think today dating scene, along with the death of chivalry, plays a part in the decline in romantic comedies? So I'm gonna come to Tony now.
I don't know about the death of chivalry because I still try to, walk on the outside of the street when I'm with a woman or hold the door open for them. So
Mhm.
to me there hasn't been a death of chivalry. However, I don't know about these youngsters. That's a very difficult question to answer. Because I come from, we're from a different generation.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just very difficult question for me to answer.
So I'm gonna come down to Night Watch then. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I agree. I agree with what Tony's going with that. I don't know if there's so much the death of chivalry. I mean, again, we don't know about these young guns. We don't know about what they're doing because it's some wild stuff, man,
Yeah.
out there. But I will say this: when you're talking about movies today, as far as what's getting the pop, in the theater pre-COVID, and assuming that things were normal in the theater. These big tentpole movies and franchises have really taken the air out of every other genre. If the movie isn't Marvel or a superhero movie or a franchise or a big or a remake or a big time horror movie, or a big time action movie, all the other subgenres, all the other genres have really been just trying to stay above water, trying to compete with these other things. So I think that's really the bigger part of what's going on, in the movie industry in general.
Cool. Well, I just add I gave my question to that answer that I wrote because I really thought about it, and seen a lot of things today where independence can. No, I take that back. Where women are more prone to be like, I can do it myself, right? In relationship, there's no more chivalry as far as woman and woman, flowers. There's no more ballads on the radio. Everything is real vulgar and stuff like that. There's nothing that's, Teddy Pendergrass, Luther Vandross, stuff like that. So with the decline of that to a certain extent, there's nobody really dating, not just with the internet and the platform. We're not talking about Netflix and chill because that's not what it is for me. I think that plays a little part in the decline of romantic comedies. I enjoy them. I think it was a nice way to get to know somebody, feel comfortable. You're in a space where you're still in the public. You're in the movie theater, enjoy each other's company beforehand. After the movie, you might go for a walk or go get something to eat, whatever the case may be. I really don't see that. When I go to movie theaters, I go to different ones, different times. Right now, I'm doing the morning or the first showing because I like quiet and my own space. But when I was going at night, I took notice that I haven't seen couples. So that's why I wrote that question to get your guys' feedback on it. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. Hopefully we can get back to that. People courting each other and say, what is it called? What's that?
That's a good
point. Tender. It's a mess. But the next question I got for you: what romantic comedy you enjoy? I'm gonna come to Tony, man. Yeah, I've gotta have a favorite.
Well, okay, my favorite are the raunchy ones, like Something About Mary or Shallow Hal. I can't stand Hugh Grant in a movie.
Really?
No, it's just annoying. He's not funny to me. So it's
comedy?
Huh? No. So anything I mean, when I was younger, I did like the nerd, if you guys can remember this movie, Can't Buy Me Love.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
So that right there was like one of my favorite movies growing up because I felt like I was that nerd.
Paperboy, right? $2.
No, he was he was a lawnmower dude.
No, I'm saying in the movie there was the
Paperboy.
Yeah. But it was like I when I was younger, I lived it through him because I was that nerd in high school and was like, oh, I want the popular girl. What can I do to get her? And then it just, as I got older, I guess I got more jaded. And then, Something About Mary and those kind of movies came out. And those were my movies then.
Okay. So I'm going to come down to our night watch and see his thoughts on what he enjoyed. What's his favorite?
Oh, man. I mean, it's been so many, back in the 80s, movies like, She's Having a Baby and Pretty in Pink and, all those types of things.
16 Candles.
16 Candles. Yeah. I mean, I'm in
a bad Pretty Woman.
Oh yeah. I mean,
classic.
Look, man, I'm not going to lie, man. And, I'm mad enough to say it, but
there you go.
Pretty Woman is a fantastic movie. It is one of my favorite movies in general. And obviously I love Julia Roberts, so that goes without saying. But I also one of my favorite actors is Tom Hanks, and I went on the train when he did Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail and stuff like that too. So, it's funny because a lot of women may not think that guys can enjoy these movies unless we're just watching it with them. I think sometimes that kind of happens organically, as far as, hey, what do you want to watch tonight? A lot of times the guy, or at least I know I will say, what would you like to watch? And, they might say, okay, I want to watch Sleepless in Seattle. And I'd be like, all right, there's no problem at all with it, so.
I'm going to have to check that out because I haven't seen that one. I'm a big Tom Hanks fan, but yeah.
Hey, look. Tom Hanks always delivers for me, for me. He's just a legend that way. So yeah, there were some good movies.
He's consistent, I'll tell you that much.
Right?
What's funny? What's funny is I've never dated a girl that liked rom-coms. They always wanted to go like to Independence Day, or like they didn't want to go see the rom-coms. They wanted to go see action movies, horror movies, like crime movies. So maybe I've just been lucky. I don't know.
Yeah,
I did. However, we did see Pretty Woman in the $2 movie theater at the Elm in West Hartford, Connecticut, and it was me and my cousin and our boy, like all three of us dudes, and we were in there just trying to get the girls. When we were young, but I actually enjoyed Pretty Woman too. Seriously,
yeah,
like, yeah. Like it's funny that you say that, Night Walk, because I do find myself with my lady Lori or whoever just watching anything. I do. No, I'm saying like far as Lori's over there. What do you mean whoever?
I heard that
real quick, right?
What do you mean whoever?
But what I mean by that, Dave, is by myself or my homeboys. Sometimes, at work we will watch different channels and stuff. But make a long story short, I definitely enjoy different genres. I may favor action and horror, but I will dab into Western, old school black and white, big band movies and stuff like that. Like, what is the dancer name? Fred Astaire, movies like that. Romantic comedies, some documentaries, and the list goes on and on and on. I'm definitely a big movie buff. Definitely like all types of genres, so I can get with it with no shame.
Right.
That's better, babe.
All of a sudden, the screen goes black. It says we're having technical difficulties.
What's wrong with your eye, Ed? Give me a couple of days. But the next question is: will there be a resurgence of romantic comedies? I'm gonna come to Tony Man.
I don't think so. I mean, the last romantic comedy that I saw that was actually kind of decent was the one with Amy Schumer.
Don't forget about chicks. Oh yeah.
That was the last one that I saw that was kind of decent. I don't see any kind of romantic comedies anymore because I think people more are gravitating to, part of my French, but I'm that bitch, I'm that queen bitch. I don't, like you said, I don't need someone to hold the door for me. I'm this and I'm that.
Summer.
Yes. Wow. So it's like
I mean, it's a place for it. I do enjoy that too, but at the same time, you need a balance.
Right. Exactly.
All right. So I'm going to go down to Tony. Night Watch. What do you think?
I think. I mean, thinking of it logically, I think there will be because all this stuff kind of goes in cycles, anyways. Although I do agree, this whole movement, especially with the music scene, it definitely is casting a huge shadow. So we're going to have to see how that affects everything. But as far as just movies in general, you always see these cycles where, like in the 80s, it was the golden age of horror movies. And then, kind of in the early 90s, we held on for a little bit with Scream. And then it was a while before horror movies kind of came back on the scene. Same thing with action movies, same thing with sci-fi movies. And I think the same thing will be true of romantic comedy movies. They might, and like you said, Tony, like with Amy Schumer, her romantic comedies are obviously a lot different, than those in the 80s or the 90s because she has her, her raunchy humor that gets into it too. Although she's got, there've been some good movies. So I think it'll come back. It just might look a little bit different than what we were used to when we were younger and growing up, But I think it will.
So, Nightwatch, so what you're basically saying is that the movie industry is a pendulum, and right now we're on the downside of like romantic comedies, but eventually the pendulum's going to swing the other way.
I think so. I mean, I don't know to what degree, because I think it's all relative in a way. God, I don't think romantic comedies were ever like the number one, subgenre. I think it got very popular, but I don't think it ever really, at least, in my lifetime, I don't think it ever got to the level of the action movies of the 80s, the Stallone and Schwarzenegger movies. And I don't think it ever really got to the level of, the horror movie craze, the slasher movie craze of the 80s either. Maybe in the 90s, maybe, because like you said, you had Sandra Bullock was hot, Hugh Grant was doing stuff, Tom Hanks, and, all that type of stuff. So maybe it'll swing to that point where it gets to be number one. But okay. it might just be that we'll just see a bunch of them come out.
Yeah, I just want to go back to what you said earlier. Found it kind of interesting too. Yeah, I think when it comes to like certain movies, let's use horror movies. We had a big surge, like 80s, 90s. But even when it dove, we still had the blockbuster, rentals. That had those movies that were still pumping the horror movies for us, so we still had something.
Yeah.
It never really been a tentpole comedy movie. It just been comedy movies that just happened to have been a hit that people liked and it was received well, like Hitch, Shallow Hal, and all these movies that did well. Netflix is doing good. They've been sliding some romantic comedies up there that I have watched with Lori that we enjoy. There's one called Jinx.
No, Jetsy.
Jitsy, Jinx.
J-E.
Is it J-E? J-I.
J-E-X-I.
Or J-E-X-I. That's my Yeah, so definitely check that out when you get a chance. I'm going to co-sign it. Actually, I brought that on Voodoo. I downloaded that one.
Wow.
Wow.
That's saying a lot right there. Can I do it, guys?
Co-sign it.
Yeah, co-signing that one right there. And you know what, Tony, man, if you like raunchy, this is right up your alley.
Okay, then now I co-sign it too. Okay, I'm going to watch it now.
Hit it with the dot. But my thing kind of messed up because I want to show you this picture of The Rock and his doppelganger. I don't know if the guy's seen it. This guy looks exactly like The Rock.
Yeah, I saw a picture like that. I was like,
the
what?
guy, he was a cop, and they had The Rock on the other side, and he looked just like him. So I wanted to talk about that. Like everybody has a doppelganger. I mean, I'm a twin. I'm an identical twin, but I have come across people who look like me, and I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So what's your thoughts on that, Night West? Have you ever came across somebody or have somebody said, hey, you favored somebody?
Well, yeah, no, I have had that. I mean, not in a long time, more back like in high school, back in those days. But yeah, I have come across it, I think maybe twice. And it's like, it's a little weird, but I mean, I don't, it doesn't freak me out too bad though.
Nah. Tony, man, what about you?
Man, in New Haven and Hamden, I had that all the time. People like I used to work at Jiffy Lube over there on the main road in Hamden. Yes, and I worked at the Jiffy Lube over there, and people would go, "Hey, don't I know you from somewhere? Isn't your cousin like Rocco?" And I'm like, "No, it's just somebody that looks like me." And I used to get that all the damn time. I guess I look familiar. I don't know.
Wow.
But I told my mother I can never do a crime because apparently I'm very distinct in my facial features, and they would identify me pretty quickly.
Right.
So I've had that happen a billion times.
But it's funny though, because sometimes I came up with this little saying that I use where if somebody favor each other, like celebrities and stuff, I thought, oh, they're from the same tribe, So that's my little saying when I see certain actors who resemble each other but don't look exactly alike. It's, hey, they're the same
And there's a
guy.
couple of them. There's a couple of them like that too, man. Most notably is Natalie Portman and Keira Knightley. Holy shit!
Ah,
Yes.
Yeah, same tribe.
Matter of fact, the best example of that being so true is that in Star Wars, The Phantom Menace,
Mhm.
Keira Knightley was actually the double for Natalie Portman in that scene. Well, no, I don't know if it was The Phantom Menace. No, it was Attack of the Clones, I think. Either way, you get what I'm saying. Like those two chicks, they should be sisters.
Wow, that's deep. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, of course, we have to do our director spotlight, and this one was a treat for me because I enjoyed it. And that is our buddy. John Favreau. Now, look if his face pops up. Nope, he's in the corner too. But here are some of the movies that he made. You seen Chef?
No.
I've heard of it.
Great movie. Of course, Iron Man.
Yeah.
This one right here. I think that's Swingers.
Yeah, Swingers. Vince
Yes.
Vaughn.
You seen that one? I think P. Diddy was in that too. Just a little cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian, great show.
Yep.
The Jungle Book, definitely enjoy that.
That was a good one, man.
Zatara. You guys seen this one that he made?
Yeah, that was kind of like a quasi sequel to Jumanji, Robin Williams' Jumanji.
Oh.
Out in space, right?
Mm-hmm. It actually wasn't bad, man. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And he has his hand in the shaping of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
And what's going on now with him and the Mandalorian? He's getting more access to more characters and more stuff. So I think they're tapping him to have not control like Captain Kennedy, because that's not going to happen.
Mhm.
But he's going to be able to do what he wants. Because she came up on the set, a little FYI for you guys. She came up on the set, and she was impressed with what he was doing. And this is halfway through season 1, making the Mandalorian, and they just left him alone. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
His receipts, his credit, speaks for itself.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come to Tony. Man, what's your thoughts on the director John Favreau?
I do like him. And I did like him in Iron Man, of course, directing Iron Man, and just helping out the whole Marvel universe. But
Mhm.
I think one of my most favorite things that he was in that not many people remember was the episode of The Sopranos when Christopher Moltisanti had wrote a script and he met John Favreau, and him and John Favreau were like sitting in a hotel room, and then John Favreau ghosted him and stole his idea for a mobster book or for a mobster movie. But I think it was directed by John Favreau as well. So that's probably one of my favorite episodes. And when I watched it again, I was like, oh shit, that's the dude that did Iron Man.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I'm just gonna go back to this one. Chef. Definitely enjoyed it. This is a smaller budget movie, but it's well made. He made it. There's a lot of cameos in here. I don't want to give too much away, but it's a really solid story. It's not a rom-com, but you can enjoy it with your lady friend. If you like food, then this is the movie for you, because there's a lot of cooking in here. There's a lot of preparing and ingredients and stuff like that. So, did you cook, Tony, man? Are you a cooker?
Of course. I'm the one that cooks. I'm the one that makes the lasagna, the baked ziti, the chicken breasts and everything like that. And I can't stand it because if I watch a movie, like if I watch like an Asian movie and they're eating Asian food, I'm like, damn it, now I got to make some Asian food. Or if I'm watching like Goodfellas and they're eating like pasta, I'm like, now I want some spaghetti and meat. Like it's just, so I have to make everything. I don't like anybody making food for me.
Night Watch, are you a cook? Do you cook?
Yeah, I get down every once in a while,
Tell them just as you get in, you like to make.
Oh, I love it. I love to eat everything, but whether it's like pork tenderloin, roast beef, pot roast. Obviously, like you were saying, Tony, I love pasta. I mean, anything pasta is always good. Seafood, I'm from Maryland, so seafood is always a good thing too. So
Blue crab, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Because they have a small palate. It's not big as your guy, but Lori has a super big palate, so she always got me trying new things. So far, so good.
Nice.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is we're coming up on October. We're in the beginning of September, but I got some stuff lined up for us. I've locked in some people that will be on the platform with us. Maniac Horror, Horror Girl, King Igor for each Sunday, and I'm trying to get more people. But I definitely want you guys to be a part of this so we can just have a blast. There's this thing that I'm trying to get, and if I get it, I got to share it with your guy because I'm really ecstatic about it. But I'm really good at being patient. There's two things I'm good at. I'm a good artist, but I'm good at having patience. And when I get this thing, I'm gonna share it with you guys, and it's gonna be kind of cool.
Nice.
Cool. So sorry for the minimize of the picture. Not sure what that was about. I'm not to
It happens.
Right.
Yeah, it is what it is. Because it has some very interesting information there to share with you guys for the weekly wrap up. But I'll just hold on to it for next week. Tony, man, what's going on with the platform? I did in response to Night Watch.
Yeah, I did. I actually did two, and the first one, hey Eric, I think what is it? Hey Eric, it's horror.
Hey internet, it's Eric.
Hey internet, yeah, it's Eric. That one because I live in a house where there's like a pool, so I had put my phone because I couldn't edit my shit on the computer, so I put my phone on the ladder of the empty pool. So therefore, that's why it's more of a steady cam as opposed to Night Watches where I'm just holding the phone as I'm ranting, which I'm going to keep doing. Like I'm not editing it. Like there might be an edit if I think something might have gone over the edge, but I'm just going to be me. And either you're going to love me or you're going to hate me. Either way, you're going to watch me.
Are you going to use the software StreamYard?
Me? Oh, definitely. I was looking forward to when I finally start to get really established, I would love to have a panel with the both of you on, and possibly Lady Shasha and Crystal or whomever, and I come up with the topics for you guys, and I turn it back on you, Prim.
I like that. Turn it back on you.
yeah. Hey, I'm with that.
Right.
If any advice I can give you, just reach out, man. Just reach out to people. Say, look, this is what I'm trying to do. Here's just the topic. This is the length of it. And it's something that's real chill and real relaxed. And if possible, once you're on my platform, And like Night Watcher always said, this community is us, people that enjoy movies and things that's relative to the movie industry. So. Just do that, like I reached out, I got some people that do comic books, but that was a good one to all types of stuff. And I'm still doing that, So that's one thing I can give you. I'm not sure if you have Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, I have all of that.
Yeah, get your own group going and take it from there.
What's really funny though, on the second one, not Night Watches, but the other video, some person wrote, "You're really killing me right now. You're cracking me up. I'm dying over here. Is this really real?" And I put, "This is just how I am. There's nothing. I wasn't trying to be a comedian. I was speaking." So,
well, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of doing this type of stuff is that you automatically, even right out the gate, you automatically have opened yourself up to a lot of people that you normally in your everyday life wouldn't know. So, and obviously the more people you've opened yourself up to, there's going to be people that are attracted to what you're doing for whatever reason, just because, just because of your personality or the way you talk or what you talk about or how you think or whatever. So that's the great part about this,
I agree.
I concur. Yeah, so mess around with StreamYard, get it going, man. And if it is a messenger, definitely will be on it. Yeah, Night Watch. Hopefully Thursday. I should be done with that mural that I sent you that I'm working
Okay.
on.
Hmm.
This thing is huge.
It looked like it was. I was like, wow.
Yeah, so usually I get up for work. I get there about 8:45, and I paint all day.
Wow.
Man.
Go home and lay down, and then I go back to work. Plus, I'm doing on these canvases because there's a festival October 23rd. It's a beer fest, and my cousin, she has her own brewery.
Oh,
So
wow.
we got all these breweries coming. So far, we got 22 breweries that's participating.
Nice.
And I'm doing that. So between the painting and the mural and just regular life, it's very busy. So I'm looking forward to being a platform. But my painting partner like, I think I could be there this time instead of that time. I'm like, damn, man, kind of like.
I know my brother was like, oh man, that would have been really cool because we were talking about The Last Dragon. I said, but don't worry about it.
Me and Lord, we put it on, we watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I said I told him, I said, don't worry about it. We got a whole bunch of other ones we can plan. So
yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of stuff you were saying, I'm gonna say you're spot on. I really think The Last Dragon was a good combination of what was going on at the current time. Karate or martial art movie was big back then. The music, like you said, Motown music was different,
right,
more synthesizers and stuff like that. It was just a good hodgepodge of stuff that was in that movie that made it work. The ingredients made it work, and I think it's a classic. I think it's a cult classic.
Oh, definitely.
If they do make a remake to that, I'm not sure if they can catch the essence, but it would be good to see something like that for this generation. I wouldn't like try to go back, but I'll keep it in the present time and use what they did in the current soundtrack, like he was referring to and talking about that, and whatever's going on. Some of them actors did pass away. I did check up some of that stuff. I think it's Vanity.
Yeah.
No, Vanity passed away. Shonuff passed away. Richie passed away. So yeah, man, we're at that point, man. We're losing a lot of good ones.
Yeah, I think you know what for wholesome, pure movies. I think the '80s really had it. You know what I'm saying? Just pure good. This is what it is. And that goes back to the marquee, where if you go to the movie theaters, you have Jaws, you have Star Wars, you have, I don't know, The Sandlot. What if you had different varieties to choose from?
Yeah.
And down the street, you had the Grindhouse movies. Today, it kind of like streamlined to what you just said, what you mentioned earlier in I get tongue tied here. In the live stream where it comes to franchise, Marvel, big tentpole movies, blockbuster movies, and that's it. So it's definitely. I don't know. I'm not gonna say sad, but it's a time past that I definitely enjoyed. I'm glad that we was able to experience that. Like, all right, no, here's a good question. When you go to the movies, Night Watts, what is your routine when you go to the movies?
Well, pre-COVID.
Okay, let's do pre-COVID.
Because as you know, I was lucky enough to check out Candyman, and that was just awesome. And actually, I just saw Shang-Chi, and hopefully I'll be doing a review on that soon. But pre-COVID, man, it was an event. You know what I'm saying? Like you get yourself ready. Whether it was when I was a kid with my family or growing up on a date, or today, it's like you get ready to go, and I'm so excited about it. You know what I mean? You get into the theater. First thing I got to look at is, refreshments and, get my popcorn, or if I want some candy, if you really want to do it up, do the whole thing right. Yeah. And then, for me, and the great thing about it, and damn, man, we should do a video on that, because just thinking about it, I got a smile, and I can feel it, but you get your goodies and you go into the room, and you usually check to see how many people are in there, and you get your seat. Nowadays you have assigned seats, but whatever, you get into your seat. And for me personally, I love the previews. I love the trailers. So I'm just like in anticipation for it.
Yeah.
And as soon as those lights go down, man, I mean, it sounds crazy, but I know there's so many people that know what I'm talking about. I'm just in another world. I'm just in another world, and I'm enjoying the hell out of myself. And I love it, man. It sounds weird too, but with the whole pandemic thing, going to the theater was the biggest thing I missed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It really was.
So I'm gonna come to Tony, man. What's your thoughts on this?
I
What is
have
your ritual when you do attend the movies?
my ritual, man. We used to like, you got to go slap on your little bit of cologne, whatever, get to the movie theater, buy your ticket. But before I got my seat, you would always have to go spend like $50 on popcorn and a soda. But
Mhm.
the very last time I went to the movie theater before COVID was to go see Black Panther.
Mhm.
And I still remember when I went in the movie theater, I went to go see it opening night, and I walked in, and of course, a lot of them, you always have to have the middle seat. Remember,
Yes.
middle seat, regardless. But I was always the one that wanted the middle seat next to the handicap seat so that I can get up and use the bathroom, because I hate walking down the aisle going, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. But when I saw Black Panther, I sat down in the middle seat, and these two black folks came in, and they go, God damn, there's a bunch of white people in here. This might be the wrong theater. I laughed my ass off. And then, of course, they sat next to me, and we were all just, three of us were BSing about the movie and how good it was. But I missed that feeling of just going to it with the big seats, and you just relax and have your popcorn in your little cup holder.
Mhm.
And it was always an event. And then when you come
Yeah.
out of the movie theater, you're like, damn, that was pretty damn good.
Right.
You know
Right.
what? For me, my ritual is getting there early because I have to see the trailers, right?
Yes.
definitely.
Agree.
Yes.
My other ritual is going to the dollar store and packing my pocket with candy before I go in. Right?
Yes,
you gotta-
sir.
I used to have to go with somebody with a big purse. That way, when we put
Yes.
stuff in it, they can put it in the purse, because I can't put it in my pockets.
Yeah, Lori. But I
Lori.
usually sit in the back, right under the projector.
Mhm.
I sit there. I used to go to opening night for select movies just to get the crowd experience, everybody participating. Now I usually hit the early show where it's peace and quiet, so I can just focus on the movie.
Mhm.
I found myself one time walking into the theater and the door was open and it has a little latch like this. I just kicked it so it can close, because last time I went to the movie, the door was open, so this big light is casting through.
Oh God,
And I'm like,
nothing's worse than when you go to a movie and it's supposed to be a big blockbuster, and either the door is left open or the sound is too damn low.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and
right.
I'm like, what in the hell, man?
yeah, so
Yeah.
usually again depends on what movie studio that's coming out. You hear the noise like Universal or Paramount, you see the stars and all that stuff, and then it goes around the thing. I get immersed into the movie, definitely enjoy it. I enjoy Lori Company, because that's my little buddy right there, my movie buddy. We roll hard to the movies.
Mhm.
And after that, it's the other part of the ritual of just coming out and just talking and discussing it on the way home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, that's my whole ritual right there. I started off with my cousin Shep. He got me into the movies. Then it went on for me going by myself a lot. And then now I got Lori. So definitely worked out. But I'm always going to continue to participate and go into movie theaters if possible.
Mhm.
If not, I got a 60-something inch, flat screen TV with a bar. I need that.
Right. Right.
But again, you can't get away from that, man. The movie is where it is. This is an experience.
Mhm.
I definitely enjoy. So I definitely relate to what you guys said. Hopefully, they can do more things to entice people to come back in the movies. I'm not sure. No, that's a good question. So I'm gonna come to you, Night Watch. What is it they can do to entice people to get back in the movie theater? A couple of things.
Well, now, do you mean pandemic wise, or do you mean just movies in general competing?
Like,
Okay.
should they lower the tickets? Should they have? Hold on, let me get this right. Like right now, we have $5 Tuesday, right? I'm not sure if I have in your state. Should they extend that to like $5 Wednesday? Like have 2 days out the week?
It wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, anything that you can do to make it more attractive will help. But I'll tell you this: when we saw Candyman, and we recorded it, you know, going to the theater and outside the theater, and then
Oh
going
yeah, we
into
watched that too. Me and Lord watched that. You and
yeah,
Yeah.
and we said it live. We said, hey, if this don't look right, then you know, this will be a short ass video, because you know we didn't, because we had not been, you know, to a theater in well over a year and change, so we didn't know how well the theater was, you know, the upkeep, and you know, were they taking precautions and stuff like that. But we were happy to find out that they were very serious about, you know, making the place safe and clean, and all those types of things. So it made us feel better, and we were fortunately able to watch the movie. So I think, you know, if theaters can just be on their A game, do things like you said, as far as, you know, cutting the ticket prices a little bit, giving a little, you know, a little enticement, maybe even doing stuff like, well, they can't do that. I was going to say, because they make their money from the food. I was going to say cut some of those prices. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But
They have to negotiate that contract. They got to negotiate it because it's been like
Yeah.
2 years. You know,
right, that's where they make the money.
Yeah, they got to negotiate that.
Yeah.
Tony Man, what you think? What's your thoughts on incentive to get the people back in the movie theater?
Quite honestly, stop spreading the fear. Like Knight, when you were on Lady Shasha's live thing with Crystal, I was posting in the comments. I think I posted it twice and it just got ignored. But I was like, you know what? I don't give a damn about this COVID. I want to go see Candyman in the movie theater. I said I will say Candyman 5 times in the bathroom before I go see the movie without a mask on, and then say it 5 times. Like, it's just, to me, it's just, I just want it back to the way it used to be, but I don't ever think it's going to be back the way it used to be. Like when we used to have premieres and there would be a line and people would be talking about, well, I heard this was going to happen. I heard this, just like rumors. Like you said, Prim, I missed those times. It was like, that was such a nostalgic time. Like, you know, going early, waiting in line, talking to people about this movie and talking, and just, it was an event. And now it's just like everybody's so scared. Like, I don't know. I just
But besides that, what do you think would be some incentive for them to come back in?
lower the ticket prices. But my thing is too, if you make a good movie, people will go see it, because remember how many movies have been bootlegged that's still, like Marvel, like Endgame and and not Endgame, but Infinity War. Those two were heavily bootlegged. They were on these nefarious sites, but yet they still made money hand over fist. I think if you make movies that people want to see, people will go to the movie theater to see them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I think for me, incentive would be more festivals and big chain movie theaters. Where I live at now, once in the blue, they'll do 2 days of an animation, and then they will do 1 day in October of classic horror movies. They'll start from 8 o'clock in the morning to 12 at night, and there'll be a continuous run in 3 theaters where they do like Jason, you know, all these horror movies, Black and White, Invisible Man, stuff like that. If they can do more of that stuff, I think it would get more people involved. There's movie theaters like in Texas. I forgot the name of that Texas theater. They got all types of stuff going on down there. All types of festivals, events, things around holidays, things around different seasons and stuff like that. So if these big chains can like take a little bit of that and apply it, you get more moviegoers like ourselves, avid moviegoers, to really participate.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And a lot of theaters were doing that, you know, at the beginning of the pandemic, when they were trying to hold on and still have some business. They were playing classic movies like Jurassic Park and T2 and Jaws and stuff like that. So yeah, I think definitely that'd be a good idea.
I would like to take my daughter and have her have a movie theater experience instead of like, you know, home. But you know, these kids, they kind of like grew up with their devices in their hands, so they're used to watching the movie. I can't watch the movie on the phone. I need to watch TV or
right.
Right. Fine. I'm like, Yeah, and they just watch it when they
It's
talk.
it's such a different, it's funny. I know we're not really going in this direction, but it's such a funny thing to see, because this new generation, to me anyways, and I could be wrong, but it's such a bigger jump from us to them than it was from our parents to us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
my parents, they loved going to the theater too. I love movies because of my parents. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because
And my
they
cousin
watched
Jack,
movies.
yeah.
But nowadays, like you said, these kids are watching their movies on their phone while they're walking around and also chatting to someone else. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, it's just a different world.
Yeah, and sometimes certain movies I do like to pay attention to, like just focus on it, listen to it,
Yeah.
and get into it. Some movies I don't like get out of it, but I still pay attention. But certain movies get more of my attention. So I don't know how
Oh,
these
yeah.
kids do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
they be amongst their friends at the bus stop. All the stuff is going on, and they watching it.
Mhm.
And then Texas is coming through, and then they get another Instagram when they doing all this.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
okay. But this was a great live stream. Again, I'm glad the guys participated. Sorry for the pictures. I will fix that hopefully for next week. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next week. Get some more questions, get some more stuff going on. Might do a trivia thing with your guys.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
be poking Tony man, get you up to snuff. Movie connoisseur, so
Yes.
when people ask you stuff, you can get real proper on them and stuff. So I don't do
Yeah,
once, I do
you know.
Greg Poupon.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I do like movies. I do watch movies, but I don't know. I feel like,
What's
to
your
me,
genre that you enjoy the most?
I would have to say action,
Then that's
Yeah.
it. Then maybe
action, and then horror. Like action, horror.
then maybe I might
Like I can,
do something
huh?
for you next week.
Yeah, because I could talk about.
It'll be the Tony Man show.
Yeah. Oh, well, I appreciate that, because
Like
I could lament. I could lament about Neil Blomkamp's District 9 forever, because I've seen that movie like 10 times. Like,
Nice.
I literally was going to do a review of RoboCop 2 because I had watched it again,
Mhm.
and the girl, not the girl that was with Hobb, if you guys remember, there was like I think she was African American. She had curly hair. And she was with you guys. She was with Kane. She was with Hobb. And there was this, and I was like, she kind of looked like Vanity. And I was like, wait a minute, who is this girl?
Not Apollonia, but
No, it wasn't her. But I looked her up, and I was like, man, she was beautiful. And I just found out she died of breast cancer in 2020, and she still looked the same as she did from RoboCop 2.
What?
Yes, I was like,
man.
good lord, I was in love with her. So those are the action movies are the ones I like.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the 36 Chambers with you. Are you familiar with the 36 Chambers?
I'm gonna have to watch it now. Thanks.
Yeah, you do. You gotta watch that.
That's it's called Master Killer, but
Yes.
of the 36 Chambers, because you're at Chamber 1. We're gonna get you in shape. Me and
All right.
Night Watchers are sensei.
All right, good. All right,
Absolutely.
hey, Night, I got a quick question before we get off. I
Yeah.
saw your review. Are they really remaking the 5 Deadly Venoms?
No.
okay.
No. That was that's so funny. That's so funny. Are you talking about the stream I had the other night?
Yes.
Okay, look.
I didn't get to see it. I was like, what?
All right, let me just say something. That's funny because I've had a couple people say it. No, I call it the Deadly Venoms because what we did is I did a live stream. We had a couple people that had jumped on and stuff. And 5 Deadly Venoms is one of my favorite movies.
Right.
So I just call it that. It has nothing to do with the actual movie. aside from my love for it and I teach martial arts. So but it's nothing to do with the actual movie. That's so funny that you
I was like, there's no fucking way. They better not do that.
No, they know better. They know better. You can't remake
So, Nightwatch, you seen the movie, right? Shang-Chi?
Yes, I just saw it.
Okay, we went to watch it. We seen it last night. Took my daughter and Lori to see it. And I got to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I could give it a 10.
Wow.
I'm being honest with you.
Hey,
and
look,
I'm
man.
all I'm giving out 10s. 10s to come out very, very rare on my side. So without spoiling it, Because I know Tony Man had my
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna go see it probably in about 2 hours down at the movie theater
Nice.
with my mask.
You,
And I got vaccinated. If you can't see, I just got it today.
I got vaccinated too.
I'm afraid.
I think for me, Night Watch is you don't find the comic relief to have a good balance, and it was good
Right.
to see it to have a good balance. So that's number one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, for American fight scenes, I think they did an excellent job. And I'm gonna put it on record because everybody's watching this. I think the fight scene was better than the ones that's in Black Panther.
Wow.
They did a bit better in Black Panther, the fight scenes. I
just have a question for the both of you. Sorry, I have a question. I saw the trailer and there's like a little brief part.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Abomination in the movie?
Wait a minute.
You're not gonna ruin it for you.
It would ruin it.
We're not gonna ruin it for you.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Because I seen it in the trailer and I was like, is that the Abomination?
No slip ups over here.
All right.
So,
Damn it. All right.
comic relief, the choreography fight scenes.
Yeah.
Was that Maggie? Was that
Maggie
Michelle
Q?
Yeoh? No, Michelle Yeoh, right? Was
Yeah,
that
Michelle
her?
Yeoh.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Legendary.
wow.
Still doing it, man. Gotta love that woman.
The
Ooh.
father, I forgot his name. He's a big time star over in Asia. He's known.
Mhm.
I think the guy who's portraying Shang-Chi
Mhm.
is a perfect match. I want to see where he goes when he interacts with the rest of the heroes. I'm looking forward to that. The way they wrote this movie definitely paint homage to a Kung Fu movie with the training and
Yes.
the village
Yes.
and all that. So
They did their homework, man. I was, and I had my keen eye on it when I was watching
on
it.
it, Night Watch.
Man. And I'm gonna say this too, man. I don't want to. I know we're jumping all over the place, but I saw the new Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched it on HBO Max. And I'm gonna tell you what. When I had first, because we had first heard there's going to be the Mortal Kombat movie, we heard about this new Shang-Chi movie, we heard about Snake Eyes and all that type of stuff, and they were all kind of in the same soapbox, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what, man. Mortal Kombat should have taken some notes from Shang-Chi, because Shang-Chi did it the right way, man. The fights and just the cinematography, the way that the stuff was being shot, the variety. It was
Inside the building.
yes. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And
Homeboy was working.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat. I really think that we need a horror director to direct Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
We need a horror director that specializes in practical effects, gore,
Yes.
and tap somebody that has decent fight scene choreography to
Yeah.
really get that
Yep.
going.
Yeah, that was a
I didn't
letdown.
see Snake Eyes yet.
Oh, I was going to ask that if either one of you saw it.
I haven't seen Snake Eyes yet.
The guy from that show, there's a show on HBO where it's like a Western setting where there's an Asian dude that comes to America and he's fighting and there's
Yeah, The Warrior.
Yes, I love that show. I
Mhm.
loved the first season. So he's in Snake Eyes. So when I seen that, I felt a little bit relief. But
Yeah.
look, man, I don't want them to drop the ball because, again, we might feel the same way, guys, that if they drop the ball, we're not going to get more Asian American movies like this.
Hmm.
Shanghai really solidified and showing that they can, and they will be making more movies like this. I thought it was dope. The soundtrack,
Yeah.
the Easter egg at the end,
Yes.
all of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Stay all the way through, Tony, man. Stay all the way.
Okay.
You know the drill with Marvel movies. You
Okay.
gotta stay.
Yes, I absolutely do.
You gotta stay all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Two end credit scenes.
Two?
Oh, it was two?
Yeah, there was a mid credit and then at the very end.
Okay. So yeah, I definitely enjoy it. Tony, man, when you get a chance, please go check it out. So we can really do a spoiler review on it.
I will do that, but I was just
karate kicks. Okay, Larry.
I was going to say it was a brief thing because I was at work and I saw it on my phone really quick. The new Expendables movie, there was that's coming out. There were 3 actors that they're putting in this movie, and I I was going to try to look it up to see what it was, who they were, but I guess they were big names. I
50
don't.
Cent, I forgot
Yes.
the lady name and somebody else. Oh, Jason Stamos is back.
Okay, but then there was a martial arts action star that they were promoting
Tony Jaa. I think it's Tony.
again.
Yeah.
He was in Expendables 1 and 2, wasn't he?
No, that was Jet Li.
Jet Li.
Oh, that was Jet Li. Oh, so Tony Jaa's going to be in it.
I
Yeah,
think he's
Tony
from
Jaa.
Indonesia? Is he from
Tony-
Indonesia?
Thailand.
Thailand?
Or it's somewhere over
No,
there.
Indonesia, because the one from Thailand is the guy from The Raid.
Okay. Oh yeah. Iko Uwais. Yeah.
Yes.
He's badass too, man.
Oh, I love that
Dog
man.
too. Mad Dog, all them guys. Did you
Yes.
see him in Rogue One? Mad Dog, you know?
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
think that. I think that.
Hey, they were nice in Wick 3. In
Yeah.
Wick 3, man. That was a fight scene, man. I'm telling you, man. If I'm gonna tell you this, if they can keep it even at like maybe 85% for this new one coming out, if it can be even 85% of the first 3, man, what a 4-movie franchise it's gonna be, man.
Well,
It's crazy
you know
shit.
who's going to be his partner in 4, right?
Yes, my boy Donnie Yen.
Yes.
Donnie Yen. It
What's
Man
your
himself.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on Donnie Yang, Tony Man?
I liked him, especially in Ip Man. Like, of course, I think everybody knows about the rice scene where he does those fists to that dude's chest, and it's like, and was that real? Like, was he really doing that? Like, was that like his actual speed?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
doing
fat-
like a
yeah.
punch.
Oh yeah, he can punch. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's been doing this for, the only thing that's kind of a downer is actors like Donnie Yen, Jet Li, and Jackie Chan. By the time they got famous over here in America, they had already been doing this for 20 years over in the eastern part of the world. You know what I'm saying? So Donnie Yen had been doing stuff for a long time, and once Ip Man got big, then America took notice. But he is that good, man. I've seen him do demonstrations on talk shows and stuff, and he'll actually, he'll go through the form and he'll do the punches, and you can see it right there, man. He's
You know-
awesome.
You know who doesn't get a lot of shine from back in the day was Chow Yun Fat. I remember him
Right.
in The Replacement Killers, but then he had those 2 other movies, The Killer,
Mm-hmm.
and what was the other one called?
Hard boiled.
Hard Boiled, yes.
Hmm.
But he never really did martial arts. He was more of a gunslinger, I guess. That's why
Right.
he didn't get the shine.
Yeah,
the
gun
director,
fu.
John Woo made those
Mhm.
movies with him. Put them on.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe one day we talk about some Asian 80s, 90s action movies.
Absolutely.
Maybe a little bit of the early stuff to talk about some Sue Hart movies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because, we can get deep dish, but we don't want to go
Yeah.
too far.
Right.
So again, I appreciate it. Tony Man, and wait.
Yes.
Night Watch, appreciate it. And I'll be working
Absolutely.
on next week live streaming, get this little kink out where the pictures can be bigger. Now,
Okay.
looking at Tony Man, I'm trying to figure out, do I want to do a trivia thing for the whole thing? Get it for Tony Man? Or do I just want to do a break? I'm not sure, man.
Well, you got to let me know because now you guys got me watching the 36 Chambers tomorrow because I have the day off.
You're
So,
chamber 1, we gotta get you right.
should I watch the Return to the 36 Chambers as well, or just the?
The 36 Chambers.
36
First-
chambers.
okay.
Yeah.
You enjoy it. And then
Master
when
killer.
you finish, you'll be 8 diagram pole fighter level. Right, Night Watch?
That's right. That's right.
All right.
All right.
See you guys later. Peace.
All right,
All right,
guys.
man.
All right, later.
Bye.